Sanchez. I am here live talking to my people on Facebook. I think I also am streaming it on YouTube, but everyone that's watching, I hope you guys catch the show tomorrow because I do plan on going live tomorrow with Denise Crone and my co-host Kim Montesinos. Let me make sure I'm actually going on live right now. Give me 1 second here. Yep, I'm live and I see myself here. Okay, cool. Impromptu again. You guys might have seen the video that I did on Friday night. And on Friday night, I was talking about this challenge that I'm putting together, right? So now I'm here, like the biggest form of currency. And I don't know if you guys are thinking about this, but the biggest form of currency that you have is time, okay? Because at the end of the day, right? And now that I'm getting older, and I don't know about the viewers that are watching, right? We lose time, we're losing time, we're getting older, we're getting closer to, depending on how old you are, right, you might have a certain amount of time left, right? Life expectancy, right, 80 years old, 85 years old. I don't know what the statistic is, but I know it's definitely in the 80s. So as you are thinking about it, what are you doing with your time now? We have a lot of people. The great thing about the people that follow me and the people that are in my community, I'm in a lot of great groups, like my investment group with Mastery and my wise women and my church community, right? We're all in these groups, and the goal is, right, becoming successful, making money, right, having cash flow, right? But then what, right? What if there is no more time? Then what happens, right? So we're sitting there and we're not operating, we're not functioning correctly, right? And our currency is running out, right? Hypothetically, right? Our currency is running out. You only have a certain amount of currency. I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie Time. Excuse my cat. I have an elderly cat. I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie called Time with Justin Timberlake. That movie was definitely a really, I saw it maybe a couple of months ago, and it was kind of creepy when I thought about it. So everyone in that movie, they were working based off time. Again, watch the movie Time by Justin Timberlake, Google it. So depending on how old you were, no one was based off age, everyone was based off time. So someone could have, 1,000 minutes, or someone could have 1,000,000 minutes. I don't remember exactly, but no one was based off age. Everyone looked exactly the same, but it was all based off time. So there were people that were just living the day to day, and they might have 24 hours left in the day, right? But that just shows you, it's like, we don't know when the end is near. We don't have, like, haha, this is the end date of our life expectancy. This is a day that you're supposed to leave Earth, right? We all have a time set when we're supposed to exit this Earth. And one of the things that I love about time management was making sure that we are present now and we're enjoying the present now. Yes, let's work. Yes, let's make money. Yes, let's have these goals and dreams and do all these great things. But at the same time, are you neglecting your kids? Are you, right? Something that I do a lot with women and with parents is I always talk about, are you actually spending quality time with your children, or are you just, is it just about quantity? Like, hey, if I'm just right next to you and I'm on my phone and I'm working on my computer, that counts as time with your children. No, there's a difference between quality and actually spending time with them and talking to them and having conversation with them versus quantity, right? Like, how many times can I be around you, right? How many times, right? So let's just think about it this way: as entrepreneurs, as business people, and we're out there in the world, are you spending quality time with your relationships? Are you spending quality time with your friendships? Are you spending quality time with your family? Are you being strategic on what are you working on, your passion projects, right? What's the point of working like a dog, okay, and then you don't get to spend time with loved ones, or you don't get to, like, I hear people say this all the time, and it kind of irks me when it's like, hey, why haven't you done this yet? I don't have enough time. I can't focus on that right now. Sure. Is that what you want? Yeah, absolutely. I would love to focus on that, but I just can't find the time. I promise you, you can find the time if you really want to focus on something. If you really want to do something, but just saying that I don't have enough time, are you just kind of just let me just get this done, let me work, let me be a workaholic, let me just have my eyes focused down and not look anywhere else, right? I would say let's focus on, especially with time management, right? Focusing on quality with these, whatever it is that your goals are in life, make sure that it's quality, right? And for those that, struggle a little bit with, let's just say, even the ADHD, right? Sitting still, right? Making sure you have those times that you can really be very hyper focused on something, right? Really hyper focused and get something done, an activity done, and then take a break and go do something else, right? But see, that's one of the things. Currency is our most precious value, because I'm pretty sure at the end, if you had to choose between your life and the amount of money that you have, you're probably going to choose your life, right? If you had to choose between your kids and the money that you have, you're probably going to choose, your kids, right? So I want you guys to start thinking about that. And that's why time management is so essential. I'm not saying don't make the money. I'm not saying don't go pursue the goals, but live a happy, healthy life while you're doing that is what's important, right? And for some of you, that might be where you're exactly at. You might be feeling like, man, I am not happy. I'm not feeling good about the time that I have. I wake up, work all day, hustle, make money, but at the end of the day, I don't feel satisfied with the day that I just executed. I don't feel like I've accomplished enough to feel satisfied with my time. Like I love, especially like when I look at my calendar, right? And I tell this to people all the time, especially women that I work with. When you're looking at your calendar and you're looking at all the things that you have to do you see things there that it's going to paint a picture for you, right? And even in the challenge that I'm going to be doing for the next month, so I'm encouraging you guys, jump on that challenge. I'm going to encourage everyone that's in that challenge to really look at your calendar. And do you see the things on that calendar? If your calendar was to tell me a story, right? Do you see the things there that make you feel happy? Things that you feel good about, right? Do you see things there that satisfaction and gratification, right? Because if you're looking at your calendar and all you see is like work, 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 not like the Rihanna song, but that all you see is just work, and all you see it, and then there's no structure or there's no meaning behind certain hours of what you're doing throughout the day, then what, right? So I'm on here. I know it's Sunday night and you guys will probably catch this replay, but I really want to encourage my professionals. And one of the biggest things that I pride myself with is the time management aspect, where to the point that I'm so specific on how I spend my time that I know mornings I spent on this, even if I neglect my calendar for a week, or a couple of days or whatever. I know that I'm so specific on what I do that I know that at this time I do this. It's a non-negotiable. Monday nights I'm always working on this activity. I will leave certain days open, if I, for an employer, right? So if like I know that these are events are usually essential, those days always go to employers, right? If I know that I'm going to work out, oh, I'm always going to keep this slot for working out, right? So I'm very specific on how I manage my day to day, so that even if I don't have a calendar for whatever reason, because life happens and life be lifing. I heard over the weekend, right? Life be lifing. And sometimes you can't get certain things done. Then I know at least I've been so habitual with what I do. And that's what I'm going to teach, right? I've been so habitual that I know that this is what I'm going to be doing during this time. I'm not running around like a chicken with no head, right? I'm pretty mindful of the time that I spend with my children. When I do spend time with them, it's quality time. Even if it's not enough time, like constant all the time, because especially for the working moms, working parents, right? You don't have enough time. Like you wish you could spend more time with your kids. I know dads deal with that, right? You're out there grinding. But then as long as you know that when you do come home, and you spend that quality, or even spending that quality time with your partner. You're married, you have a significant other. You need to be intentional. We know, for those that are married, you have to spend time with your partner in order to keep that intimacy and that communication and that connection going between you and your partner, right? So that after a while, there's going to be some complaints, there's going to be some arguments, there's going to be some tension, because you're not spending quality time with that individual. If you are a faith-based individual, and let's say you like to practice your faith, right? And anyone can tell you, if you're a spiritual person or faith-based person, you have to spend quality time, whether it's a church, a synagogue, a mosque, whatever it is. You need to spend quality time with individuals that practice that faith with you, because that's how you keep the faith going. That's why you fellowship, right? So that's why I'm here hanging out with you guys today on a Sunday night, because I really want to encourage my community, my followers, my people, whether you're in a wise woman, you're part of the investment community that I'm part of, whether you're part of the church community that I'm part of, whatever community you're part of. But if you know me, and you know that I do a lot, because you've seen me, you've watched me, you've asked me, I don't know how you do this. Well, I know that for sure I want to focus on these activities. I know for sure I'm pretty strategic on how I spend my days, and make sure that I have that all put it on a calendar, right? And not only a calendar, it's not just putting things on a calendar, it's actually more specific than that. But that's why I want to highly encourage those that are here, that are watching the replay. Sign up for the challenge. It's 149. It's all month. We gather 5 Mondays. It'll be roughly between 45 minutes to an hour that we gather. I'll do a small teaching in the beginning, and then we're going to do some actual proactive work during the challenge, right? It's not just going to be, hey, I'm going to be teaching for a full hour and you're just going to hear me blah, 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 blah. No, that's not what it is. See, I'm a very interactive teacher. And since I've been coaching since 2018, one of the biggest strengths that I have is I do like to engage with the people that are part of the community that I'm with. So I like to ask questions, and I like to get people thinking about, well, how do you manage your time? Tell me about your calendar. What is it that you do? And in this group, because it's going to be a nice intimate sized group, there can be those conversations, right? And then there's actually going to be work involved where you have to actually implement what you're learning. So I'm excited because I've seen women usually, and I'm opening this up to men and women, but usually when I do this, I get two types of people that come into my group, right? It's either the person that will overbook the hell of themselves. They will like overbook galore, right? They indulge in overbooking. It's the type of person that I usually am working with, or vice versa. It's the person that feels like they are super like all over the place and they think that they're overbooking, but then when we're actually working together, the reality is like, nah, you just didn't realize that you're wasting your time. You didn't realize how much an activity is actually taking you. You didn't realize that when you're binge watching that show on Netflix. See, I don't watch TV, you guys. Like, one of the biggest things, like, I really don't. If I'm going to watch anything on TV, it has to be specific. It has to be a movie, right? It has to be, again, intentional, because when I watch movies, it's because it's quality time with me or my kids, right? Or going to a movie theater, right? If I'm watching a series, again, intentional. There's a reason why I'm watching this series. There's something that I want to learn about it. I saw something very interesting about it. And even that I will put in my calendar, and I will schedule out when I do stuff like that. So this strategy that I do, and I know that one of the things over the weekend when I was meeting some of the people from my community was, how is it that you get all this done? It's being intentional. It's not just putting things on the calendar because, oh my god, I got this meeting that I got to put on my calendar. But why are you putting it on that day, right? Prior to my employer, right, I was working for myself, and one of the things is I was strategic on the days. Hey, This Tuesday is always this. Wednesdays is always for this. Fridays is always for this, right? And I knew those days, and even my clients knew that those days were for them. So, like, hey, on Tuesdays is when I'm working on your stuff. So, just so you know, when I'm doing these posts or when I'm doing these activities, it's for you on this day. So then they're more aware of when I'm actually getting things done so that they can send me stuff and follow up with me on stuff that needs to get accomplished, right? So there's actual tangibles. So I just want to encourage you, where is your biggest currency at, right? Time is your biggest currency. Keep that in mind. And where you spend your time at is what's most important to you. So I'm going to repeat that one more time. Where you spend most of your time at is what's more important to you. That's the most important thing to you. So gotta think about that as well when you're thinking about time management, you're thinking about working about time. It's not just managing time. Oh, it's just putting things on a calendar. No, there's more intentionality behind it and being more specific as to what's really important to me and why am I spending so much time on this activity. What am I getting for this activity? What's my ROI by doing this activity? So being very specific, because again, your time is your most precious currency that we have on this earth. And the last thing that I think anybody wants is to be on their deathbed and say to themselves that they regret not doing this activity. Hey, if you want to run a marathon, go run the dang marathon. You want to open up that coffee shop? Go open up that coffee shop. You want to launch that business? Go launch that business. You want to take that trip? Go take that trip. But what are the things and the action items that you got to do now in order to get there and get those things accomplished, right? Because time is our biggest currency. So that is just my message for today. Tomorrow we start the challenge at 8 p.m. Remember, it's 45 minutes to an hour, Monday nights, the next 5 Mondays, all of March. And I'm pretty excited to see what are going to be the results for the people that have already signed up. Because if you've already signed up, thank you so much for signing up. I really appreciate you. The link is in the comment section, so make sure you click on that, register. I will be sending some information out tomorrow morning for those that have registered so that you get ready for the night. But yeah, so I'm pretty geeked. And then, of course, we have the show in the morning. So please catch me at 7:30 in the morning with my co-host Kimberly Montesinos and Denise Crone. I'm super excited to talk with her because she's going to be talking about some activities and some projects that she's doing. And if you hear that noise in the background, that is my 4-year-old slamming cabinets. So thank you so much, guys. God bless you.